So there was a special session of the Karnataka Legislative Assembly to decide on what course of action to take on the Cauvery river water after the Supreme Court said water has to be released. Now a decision has been taken to only release water for the purpose of meeting basic concerns of Bangalore and Cauvery basin. The resolution makes no mention of releasing water to Tamil Nadu. So then there's a constitutional crisis, is there? Because the Supreme Court made it very clear, its order has to be implemented, water has to be released to Tamil Nadu as per court orders. But Siddaramaiah called a special, the Chief Minister called a special session of the Assembly. There's a collision course with the judiciary, clearly. Now there's a special session of both houses of Karnataka legislature. India Today's Rohini Swami joins me. Rohini, the Supreme Court direction was release 6,000 cusecs of water per day to Tamil Nadu. What has the Assembly decided?
Well, the Assembly has now resolved that because of the state of acute distress, it has become imperative for the government not to release water from its storages. And they will only release water for drinking purposes for the state of Karnataka. This resolution was passed unanimously in both the houses, and very clearly now it looks like that Karnataka, in the state that it is, will not be able to share any more water. I had just also spoken to the former Law Minister, Mr. Suresh Kumar, who made it very clear that with this resolution, it is a plea before the Supreme Court that the situation is extremely, that is, the state is in dire straits, and hoping that the Supreme Court will take a look into the situation and possibly also look at the judgment and have a re-look at the judgment. Now, this is now almost like a standoff between the executive and the judiciary. Now the ball is in the Supreme Court's court, and we'll need to know exactly what the stand will be. But we should also look at how the Tamil Nadu possibly will also look at filing a contempt of court petition.
Okay. Now, Karnataka has so far maintained that there is no water in the reservoir. What remains in the 4 reservoirs is only 26 TMC of water, whereas 27 is required even to supply drinking water to Mandya or Mysuru or Bengaluru and nearby areas. This is what the state government has been claiming. So what they are saying is not a drop will be given to Tamil Nadu, even though the Supreme Court said 6,000 cusecs needs to be given every day. So this is like a standoff.
Absolutely, and this is a landmark resolution ever taken, because if I can give you the numbers, the latest numbers, in the 4 reservoirs that Karnataka has, which is the KRS Dam, Hemavati, Harangi and Kabini, the levels are 27.6 TMC put together. This means it is quite bad. The drinking water supply needed for Bangalore city alone and Bangalore urban and rural put together is 20 TMC. That means they're left with 7.6 for Mandya and Mysore. So the situation is extremely grim. And also what Karnataka is hoping is that Tamil Nadu gets very good showers, because they will have northeast monsoons coming in shortly. If they do, then their problem also will be solved. But at this point of time, like I said, the ball is in the Supreme Court's court to see what kind of decision they would take based on the reality of the situation. The Cauvery Supervisory Committee...
Because he's well aware he's in contempt of court. This would be contempt of court.
So when I asked for the details on this, the resolution passed is not against the Supreme Court, but it is a resolution which has been carefully worded to make a plea to the Supreme Court saying, these are the details. 27.6 TMC of water just left in the 4 dams. We have a drinking water problem. Bangalore and surrounding areas in the Cauvery basin will not have drinking water. We do not have rains till 2017 June, and we'll have to survive with this. Take a relook at the situation and please decide accordingly.
Okay.
So, this will also be taken, like I said, the standoff between the executive judiciary. It may be taken one step further with Tamil Nadu filing possibly a contempt petition, but it will be up to the Supreme Court to decide how they take it forward.
Okay, Rohini Swami, that's a very, very big story. Keep tracking it. I will come back to you for more. It's a unanimous decision. Both houses of Karnataka State Assembly have decided water will be released only for drinking purposes in Karnataka. Supreme Court had said 6,000 cusecs per day for Tamil Nadu.